see if we can change that. Anyway, welcome. Anyang. I'm here at the house. Obviously, we're not looking at the new single issues of comics that came out today, even though there were a hefty number. If you go on our Instagram or our Facebook, you can see all the new stuff that came out, all the books that I showed off yesterday, as well as all the books I showed off yesterday, as well as, like I said, tons of new single issues. The new Godzilla versus Thor. I mean, I could take them out of my bag and show you a whole giant stack of some new issues that came out. We've got Chip Zdarsky and Vel Arshidi's new Captain America that started all the stuff. But frankly, the store was just too busy today. I didn't get around to doing it. If I did it, it would have been like yesterday's look at new books. It would have been after 7:30. We would have quickly gone through it. And I had a customer walk in at like 7:40. So I don't even know if he would have finished. I was frankly just going to skip the live stream like I did on Monday because there isn't so much to say, so much to talk about. But then I came home and was basically told, well, we're watching K-pop Demon Slayers as soon as everyone's settled down. Now, keep in mind, my 5-year-old has watched this movie 3 times. My 18-year-old has watched it once. My 12-year-old has watched bits of it with the 5-year-old. And my 16-year-old has watched the movie 4 times before this evening. I have heard half the songs from it numerous times, either someone else watching it in the house or them making us listen to it in the car, and this movie only came out a couple of days ago. Hey, Joe. So I was very curious to see what Lila likes stuff. It's not always about quality to her, like she was saying as we watched Buffy recently. I don't care if a show is good. So that doesn't mean her watching it 4 times. K-pop Demon Hunters, Joe, the new Netflix movie. But as some of you may know, Emily's a big BTS fan. You might even say she's ARMY. And we listen to a lot of BTS in the store because I love the upbeat music where I don't have to worry about what they're saying. Trust me, if you know what the boys are saying in some of those songs, they're kind of bleak. But I like K-pop. It's a fun musical genre. I like pop in general. I heard the animation in this movie is wonderful, and my kids are really, really enjoying it. So I'm like, all right, we will watch this movie, and watch the movie we did. So first off, if you haven't heard the songs from K-pop Demon Hunters, they are kind of pitch perfect K-pop, to the degree of they're almost so prototypical as to be like meaningless, except that what they're singing about is like musical level plot of the movie. So seen within the movie itself, they're just perfect. The dance moves are perfect. The whole choreography is so perfectly, amazingly K-pop centric. So much of the in jokes and the dialogue and the bits about products and all this stuff is while not being such a inside baseball thing as to need explaining or to talk about biases or anything like it, just done just right. But the real star of the show after the songs, because the songs are like music and lyrics level. If you know that movie with Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore, I think those songs are tremendous. It's not. I'm going to be weird here for a second. It's not the absolute pitch perfect genius genre music that Billie Eilish made for Turning Red. The songs Billie Eilish wrote for Turning Red are absolutely 100% like early 2000 boy band. Like she's listening to another universe's boy band and just transcribing the stuff like that. I don't think anything in recent years has been like that, but this is pretty damn close for K-pop. It's pretty freaking on the level of like, yeah, these are K-pop songs. These are like Twice sings one of the songs on the soundtrack at the end, and you're like, yeah, it's a Twice song. Like this works. But again, their lyrics don't hit, or they're not the right level of awkward that K-pop can sometimes be when it's translated into English. That just a little too perfect. But the animation. This is the sort of stuff people talked about in Nimona and the sort of stuff people talked about in Spider-Verse, loving the animation, and so much of it is so heavily inspired by manga and manhwa shorthand, certain faces the characters make, their faces getting sort of gigantic into these almost emoji style manhwa faces. Um, Certain movements that have become like prototypical in anime to represent certain things, just layered and done so well nonstop throughout the movie. Beautiful, just absolutely stunning movie. And this is the thing that I think was one of the major takeaways. We talked about this, I think, when Spider-Verse 2 came out. Um, the first Spider-Verse movie, part of the huge success of the first Spider-Verse movie is that people were literally going around being like, we don't need more origin stories. We don't need more origin stories. And that movie has like 7 origin stories in it. Each of the Spider people, right, with the comic, they tell their origin story. While the whole thing is Miles' origin story. It's not that you don't need origin stories. It's that you need a reminder that, yeah, you've seen this before. Yes, you do know this. That's not the point here. The point here is not that we're doing something new or interesting. It's that we're doing something you've seen 100 times before, and we're doing it like this. And that's where I think K-pop Demon Hunters really, really gets it right. There is no fat in this movie. Like, it's almost annoying how quickly they progress from Act 1 to Act 2 to Act 3. Like, but it's a kids movie. It's aimed at a young audience, so it just goes. And I was really just absolutely. I already knew I'd like the music, but doesn't it doesn't even explain how perfectly the music syncs into the animation and into the scenes that they're in. Just really really well done. And then I'm always one for a movie using more and more comic book shorthand, more and more uh, big ways to show things without saying them, because animation is, comic books bastard child. Animation, look, Walt Disney said this when Snow White was coming out, that they didn't pick a fairy tale because they were trying to make a movie for children. They picked a fairy tale because a simple, straightforward plot is the best way to highlight all the amazing things that animation does. And that's another thing with singing. The reason that they use so many songs in old animated stuff, and the reason songs and animation have come together, is because animation, like a song, is very much about timing and about rhythm. And obviously, they can sync them up more easily when you have music to go to, but also uh, the flow of the animation and the flow of the music can go well. And K-pop is known for its structured changes. It goes from a simple beat to a layered beat with that same simple beat underneath, to then someone singing, and then harmonies on that sing. And they do this with the animation and the music so that everything is so full. And again, it's just like Spider-Verse. It's just like what Snow White was like when you first saw it. They're using the animation to do things that visually match the tone of the music, match the tone of the stories that you've never really seen before. It's all been there. It's just you have to care enough to do it. And it was really nice. It was nice to see a movie, sit down and go like, people really cared about making this movie. Every single person. And it's true of, I was just talking to someone today. Again, it was a very busy day at the shop. I ended up talking about the Spirit movie a couple times. And I happen to know someone who worked on the Spirit movie. And his passion and care for that film, the scenes he worked on, is exceptional. It doesn't make it not a horrible movie. Not a bad comic adaptation, just a horrible movie. Let's not even talk about it as a comic adaptation. Um, but everyone who worked on it cared. It's true of this too, but it's everyone on this cared, and nobody was blind. Like, they made an entertaining thing. It could have been a little more intelligent. It could have been a little more nuanced. It could have been a little, but that's not what they were trying to do. They were trying to make a fun movie, and it really is an incredibly fun movie. So, assuming you like simple little animated action movies, I'd say give it a watch. You watch all the Lakey releases, all the Ghibli releases, all the Disney releases. I think I did those in order. Ghibli may be ahead of Lakey, whatever. You watch all of those, you absolutely have to. You thought Nimona was like the best movie you've seen in 5 years? Absolutely, go watch this. Um, this is Nimona meets Shira, but it's a musical. So pretty good stuff. Man, Now I want a good She-Ra musical. Hey Adora, of course, is Catra's song. Anyway, now I also want to rewatch She-Ra. This is the problem when I watch something that I really like. It makes me remember that I can enjoy watching things, um, which I don't generally. I don't watch stuff. I'm not so into watching things. I'd much rather read. Speaking of, did want to get another bunch of pages down from Lavinia, which I'm reading right now, which I think I mentioned before. I've been reading it for a while. Ursula K. Le Guin's last novel. I only read it like twice before. I barely remember it. Great. The retelling of the Aeneid from Lavinia's perspective. Aeneas is a future wife and founder of Rome on the matriarchal side. Anyway, great book. Highly recommended. Um, yeah, but yeah, K-pop Demon Hunters, also very fun. Definitely recommend it. I hope that everyone who works on it goes on to do lots more stuff of the same caliber or better, and it'll just be incredible. All right, till tomorrow, where we'll catch up and we'll look at all those new single issues that we should have looked at today. Remember, damn it, babies, you gotta be kind.